To place a cue ball to hide the red, but I don't think he did do. But what a pot.
Another player who had given him some bother when they met previously in the English Open in his opening round. And the winner will play the Mark Davis, former English Open finalist, who beat O'Sullivan in the semis that year. Or Matthew Stevens, who's recently scored a win over O'Sullivan. They're underway. Davis has got the first frame on the board. Ding Junhui is already safely through. Ding looked good in his first round, and he's followed that up with a victory over Lu Ning, 4 frames to 1.
Oh, that's an excellent safety from O'Sullivan, judging it perfectly. Elliott would like to take this red on to the left middle, but he's just looking there to see where he wants to put the cue ball to hide that red nearest the right middle. Oh, that's a cracker. That really is a good shot. He had to look to see where he wanted to place the cue ball to hide the red, but I don't think he did do. But what a pot. From a very good safety from O'Sullivan. Well, no fear. Absolutely no fear going into the pack of reds so early. Hasn't even got his arm going yet. But taking that blue on, going into the pack of reds, it just shows you how he's feeling. Very attacking shot, and the red's nicely open.
Ordinarily, the very best players in the world, the all-time greats, have that intimidation factor which can be worth 1 or 2 frames even before we've got underway. But of course with Slessor, having beaten O'Sullivan in their 2 previous meetings, perhaps that doesn't really apply. He knows he can beat him, and I think he relishes the prospect. I recall when he qualified for the Crucible back in the summer for the first time ahead of the draw, he said he hoped to play Ronnie. Wanted the buzz of playing one of the all-time greats, and looks as though he's looking forward to the task in hand again today.
Yeah, sure. 14.
Yeah, and finished absolutely perfectly on the red there to be able to free the black. That was well worked out. That's what he intended. Oh, but wait a minute. As the pink come to thwart things. No, he was cleaning the cue ball.
Rob Spencer, our referee. Yes, in the event, Slessor played Yan Bingtao in the first round at the Crucible. Gave him a good match as well. The former Northern Ireland Open runner-up came through 10-7. And it was a very frustrating start to this campaign for Slessor. He turned up here to play at the European Masters, but
21.
had to then self-isolate because he came into contact with Gary Wilson, who tested positive for COVID in the tests that of course take place before the tournament gets underway, so had to miss out on the first event of the season.
22.
And he lost early at the English Open and in the second round of qualifying last week at the German Masters to Michael White, so his season hasn't really got going at all yet. This would be a great way to change that momentum.
Yeah, not many people actually say, I want to play O'Sullivan. But he did. And so far,
29.
I mean, he knocked in a terrific red from dead under the cushion to start this break. And his second shot going into the pack of reds from the blue.
30.
Shows a confident man.
That victory over O'Sullivan in the Northern Ireland Open 2 years ago, make it 3 years ago now, led to his best ranking performance. He made the semi-finals, losing to the eventual champion Mark Williams in the last 4. So all sorts of good memories for Slessor when it comes to playing the rocket. But as you can see, cueing here is awkward, that red in the way of his bridge hand.
Yes, and it just affected the positional side of the shot a little.
37.
Can't get back to the black now, but should be able to move up towards the blue or one of the baulk colours. Just in no man's land there. Not quite on the blue to the middle or the corner, or even the yellow. Helps being left-handed, taking the yellow on. Again, could have played for those 2 reds just above the pink, above the black, knowing full well he was on the red over the middle. Show of determination, that face, isn't it? He seems to have got used to the table very quickly, because this table is extremely fast, much faster than the ones in the practice area.
Just looks very confident, doesn't he? Up for the task, relishing the opportunity to test his skills against the world champ again.
For the red, possibly to the left corner, but knowing full well he's on other reds as well. Always good to play into an area where you're on more than one red.
57.
Well, O'Sullivan didn't do anything wrong. He played an excellent safety.
You might be thinking, here we go again.
63.
If Slessor completes this break and turns it into a frame-winning one, that'll be an aggregate frame score of 11-3 over the 6-time world champion. And that was the key ball. So another red to make absolutely sure, and Sullivan helpless in his chair right now.
What a start.
70.
What a start.
Well, you mentioned the quality of the opening red, which was extremely missable, but showed the confidence that Slessor's feeling.
Alex Slessor. 70.
He's missed the black, but it shouldn't be a problem. There's only 59 left. O'Sullivan coming to the table as much as anything, I'm sure, to just get his arm going. Sullivan's already been on the wrong end of a upset this season, of course, the European Masters. In the last 64, he lost to the new Irish professional Aaron Hill. Stunning victory for the teenager. Matthew Stevens rolled back the years and beating him at the English Open in the round of 32. And Mark Allen beat him convincingly in a match which had a bit of needle at the back end in the Champion of Champions.
70.
Well, if it had been playing on for snookers, that would have been a good ball to start the snooker trail off with. Red next to the pink, so it tells me it's just like to pop these and get some kind of rhythm going.
24.
Blue jokers would have been required, it wouldn't have been impossible with a red left. Also, let's Slessor now that he's queuing okay.
35.
Yeah, this is one occasion where you don't mind sitting in your chair watching your opponent bottle the balls, because you know the frame's already yours. But it can only assist O'Sullivan to get a feel for the conditions, get the pace of the table, which he normally does very quickly in any case.
O'Sullivan, 57.
And he clears up with 57, but the telling break came from Elliot Slessor. What a start from the underdog. I say underdog, he's going for his third win out of 3 against O'Sullivan. He leads 1-0.